We're loading HTTP data from our web API and displaying it on the screens, which is great. Our web API is actually performing pretty fast right now, so the screen navigations have been extremely quick. However, with mobile apps in particular, you can't predict what kind of connection your users will have. So it's a very good idea to give them some sort of visual indicator that data is being retrieved so that they know the app isn't frozen. The Ionic loading component makes this a breeze. Let's add this to the tournaments page. The first thing I need to do is add the loading controller to the imports. Then I want to inject it into the constructor. With that in place, let's change our Ionic view loaded method slightly to incorporate it. First thing I'll do is get a handle to the loader by calling the create method. And in here, we're just going to say content getting tournaments. That message will be displayed on the loader component. Then we'll say loader.present, and this is a promise. And we're going to take this previous line right here, and I'm going to cut and paste it inside the promise. In fact, we're going to make this multi-line now. And the reason is because once the data is retrieved, we need to dismiss the loader. That's it. That's all we have to do to implement a loader. Now before we run this, I can see I've got a little error down here. If I navigate up, I can see I got a red squiggle that I missed before. Of course, I need to have a comma there. So now that that's fixed, we can go run the application again. Okay, so when I click the Find a Tournament button, we'll briefly see the loader. Right there you saw getting tournaments. The data is loading pretty fast, so you didn't see it for very long. Let me do it one more time so you can see it happen again. And you can see that getting tournaments method. The other thing you saw is that there's a little animation that's going in a circle. You can change that as well. Let me show you how to do that. I could come in here to the content, and I could say spinner is dots. Now let's run it again. You can see we've got those 3 dots. Again, it happens very quickly. You can see 3 dots right there. Now I'm going to comment that out because I think the default circles looks a little bit better, but again, that's purely your preference. The loading controller component is one you'll use frequently to indicate to your users that data is being retrieved. So it's important to get comfortable with this component early on.